Hello everyone, what's up? Everyone here, and this will be the first part of my tutorial on making a stealth game. Okay, so we open the game project in Unity, and we want to make our basic map. So game object, 3D object, plane. Okay, and let's set it and make it a little bit bigger. Okay, and just a second. Okay, so now what you wanna do is to make our little capsule. That will be our player. Also reset y1. Okay. Now I'm assume that you know a bit of Unity, know how to program. So I'll make and I will explain what I do, but I assume that you know some. Okay, so now why you stuck all the time? Now the first thing that we wanna do is to make our camera track the player. Now I don't really sure. I think I said in the preview that it will be FPS, but it will be third person shooter, third person stealth, how you want to call it. Okay, and now, so if you play GTA, you know that you can look around, and we're going to make basically GTA player type, like player controller type. Okay, so right click, create C# script, and we call it camera movement or camera track player. Okay, and let's open the project. Okay, so we are here, and what we want to do is to create our player variable. Okay, so we want to make it public, so we will be able to connect the player game object to our variable, but we want it transform because we only want the, just a second, if we off that, this is the transform, and we need the position. Okay, so we don't need the capsule mesh filter, capsule collider, mesh render, we don't need. Okay, so and let's call it player. And now we want to make that when we move our cursor, the camera will move with us. So we need a vector 2 for the mouse last, let's say cursor last pass, and I will explain everything later. And that's it for now. So we want to do it like this, equals to input command dot mouse position. Now why we want to do it, let's enter Photoshop. Okay, as I said, I will explain a lot in Photoshop. Okay, so let's say come on, let's say this is our current position. Okay, and the last position was here, so we want to get the delta of the movement, let's say delta x. If delta x bigger than 0, we want to move to the left, and if delta x like this, we okay. Also, if it is like this, so yeah, delta y. Okay, so for this we need our last position and the current position. Okay, now we want that anytime the camera will look to the player. Okay, so let's say the camera is here and the player is here, so we want to look like this. If the camera is here, like this. Okay, so we have a function that we need to get from the transform dot look at, and we want to tell which transform we want to look at. So we want to look at the player. Okay, so and now wherever we'll be on the map, we're still going to look at our player. Okay, and this is what we want to do. Now we want to make this and this. Okay, so we want if input dot mouse position dot x, because we now want the x minus cursor last bus dot x bigger than 0. We want something to happen. Okay, so let's say for check we want debug dot log right. Okay, and we want the same to the left. Let's put it else over here, small l, and left. Okay, so let's get into Unity. Now if you press play, nothing will happen. You need to drag the script to the game object, or you can do add component and camera track player. Okay, and now it's still don't going to work. It still doesn't going. Sorry, because we need to tell who is the player. So the player is our capsule. Let's drag over here. Okay, we can make a little check that is if player equals null. You want debug.log error. There is no player. Okay, and let's see if it's working. Okay, let's use none. We have error pause. Let's start, and there is no player. So we want player. Come on. Okay. And now we have right. Okay, let's stop collapsing. Okay. I think yes. What the problem is? It's every time it's doing with this. It find the delta with this point, but we need from here to here, let's say. Okay, so we need to define every time which pause is the cursor last pause. Okay, so we need to do it like this. And now, okay, let's play. Okay, now we stopped. You see at the console there is nothing. Okay, and we're going to the right, and it's working. To the left, it's working. Okay, no, so no, come on, no, yes. Now what we want to do is to make our circleish spherical movement like this. If like this, and the player is over here. So what we want to do is first of all delete this, because we know it's working. This we know it's the right, and this is the left. Okay, so now we want to define again what is the transform.position, because we want to change it. So transform.position equals to transfer.position plus transform dot right. Okay, so we're defining again the transform dot position, and we say okay, it's still the transform but with right. Okay, right, it's not going to be like all the time, let's say 1, 0, 0. Okay, it might be like this or like this. It's changing with the rotation of our game object. Okay, and this is what we want to do, because each frame we're going to change the rotation of our camera to look at the player. Okay, and we're going to want to do the same over here, but we want to do it to the left. So now there is no left, so we want to do right and minus. Okay, and let's see if it works. Come on, no, let's do a sphere, come on. Also over here, I put some cube, this, 0. Okay, so we will see if there is any change. And as you see, we are rotating. No, it's not the smoothest, yes. Okay, you got me. Movement, so we can do it like this. We have, let's do it as a note. We have vector3 dot lerp. What lerp do is move it return the vector to another vector in smooth change. Okay, so we want to do like this. Okay, so now we have form. The form is from transform dot position. Okay, to transform dot position plus transform dot right, and float t, it's the time. So we want time dot delta time. Time dot delta time is the delta time between each frame. Okay, so like this, in each computer it will be the same smoothness. Okay, and we want the same over here but with minus. Okay, so let's check if it is working. Okay, you see this is smoother, but it is very slow, like for real. Come on. So let's do public float rot sense equals to 1. Okay, this will be our sensitivity for the rotation. Okay, and what's good in Unity that we can change variables during our runtime. Okay, so let's see. Okay, this is very slow. Now if we put like 100, see, very fast. Okay, and we are getting WAV file from our player, as you see over here in the scene. Okay, so this is not good. So we want, let's say 5. Okay, which is better, or maybe 10. No, it's too much. 8. No, 7 maybe. Still 5. 4. Okay, let's say 4 now. Okay, so but we still need sorry, Now let's do it for the y, for the up and down. So we can copy all of this, change here y, 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 and y. W we want up and up. Okay, and let's see if it is working. Okay, so this is working as it should be. Now we have the problem which is that we are getting far away from our player. So we want not far, we want to check if it is happening. So let's see what is the distance from our player to our camera. Okay, so log vector3 dot distance between transform dot position to player dot position, and another one. Okay, and our distance is 10 units. Soda. Okay, so we want to do if vector distance vector3 dot distance bigger than, let's say, this, no, camera player this, then we want something to happen. Okay, now I do it like this because later on we'll probably want to do something that we will be able to get farther or closer to our character. Okay, and if this is happened, then we want to fix it. Okay, so I will do it. So okay, now we have this. So we want to find our direction between the two objects. So let's vector3 there it's for direction, transform dot position minus player dot transform dot position. Okay, now this is the direction between two 3D objects. If you learn vectors, you should know it. Now, but we want to do it normalized. What is normalized? It's keep the same direction, but with length of 1. Okay? So, now we want to change the transform dot position from the far away to our direction. Okay, and multiply with the camera player distance, okay, plus the player dot transform dot position. Okay, now we have our direction, okay, and we have our distance from our player that we want. Okay, and so we have this and this. Now we want to make it proportional to our player. Okay, so player dot transform dot position. Okay, so we have, let's say, no, come on. So let's say we have this direction. Okay, now this was, let's say, 100. Now this is 10 because we took the 100, we took this direction, made it parallel to this, okay, like this, not with magnitude of 1, with length of 1, okay, and then we doubled it, okay, to be 10, let's say this is 10, okay, and we put our starting position, okay, as the player dot transform dot position. Okay, so let's see if this is working. Okay, and as you see, we are staying in the same place. Okay, So this is the first part of our player 3D controller. Okay, so the second part will be the movement. Okay, so until then, leave a comment, subscribe, ask me any question you want, I will answer to you, and